Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. This tune is great. This is all from Ben Briggs' album Fearless Living from 2014, but it's bangers. It's good shit. Hello. I haven't eaten today, I realized, so I quickly heated up some pasta. Some leftover pasta. It's gonna be just okay. And that's fine. Just okay is fine. For a random quick thing to eat. Okay. Hello. Impeccable standards. Thank you. It's pasta I made for my kid. But she's been really fussy with it for some reason. And so I was like, well, this needs to get eaten really badly. So I'm just going to eat it. And now here we are. Here we go. Once it's gone, she'll ask for it. Nah. Once it's gone, she'll be like, great. Peanut butter and jelly? Oh my God. Yeah, it was last night. It was super windy. And again, this is an older house than the house we were in before. But to be fair, the windows are more modern, like double paned windows. But still, you can hear the wind so much better here. It like rattles the house a little bit more than the last place that we were in. So last night, I finally like climbed in bed and got to sleep around 1-ish. And at 2:30, 3 o'clock, Clark comes tromping in and is like, Mom, I'm scared. It's so loud. And I was like, oh, the wind? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, do you want to climb in bed with me? And she was like, yeah. But she's not the sort of kid that when she's like cuddled up, she falls asleep easier. It's the exact opposite. So she climbed into my bed and was then like, Mommy, can I paint your face? Which is like pretend. She just like puts her finger over your face and then is like, Mommy, you look like a tiger, like that kind of shit. She's like, Mommy, can I paint your face? And I was like, sure, but really, sweetie, we really should be trying to get to sleep. So she just sat there like painting my face for a really long time and then was like, Mommy, let's tell a once upon a time. Mommy, can we sing a song? Mommy, can we go to my room? Mommy, can I paint your face again? Mommy, can you turn on the stars? I was like, oh my God. So I convinced her I was like, okay, well, mommy needs to go back to sleep and Clarky needs to go to sleep. And I think we both know that that's not happening if we're together. So the wind is just noise. It's not going to hurt you. It's totally fine. You know, you're doing okay. So let's try to go back to sleep. And she was like, okay. I got back into my bed at like 4:30 or something. It had taken forever. Got back into my bed and texted Sam like, Clark woke up. She was scared of the wind, but I got her back into bed. The second that I texted him that, she got back up and came back to my bed and was like, Mommy, I'm scared. And so she started asking for Sam. So I went to Sam and I was like, can you try to be the palate cleanser of this situation? And like try to put her to bed, because if it's me, she just wants to follow me wherever I am. And he was like, yeah. So he came upstairs and I guess he was like, Clarky, you know how we always talk about how sleeping is what helps us play more the next day. And Clark was like, yeah. And he was like, if Clarky and mommy keep waking up and keep getting up, you're not going to be able to play very much tomorrow, you know? And she was like, oh. He was like, yeah, so if Clarky's able to sleep and if mommy's able to sleep, then both Clarky and mommy will be able to play tomorrow, because otherwise you're going to be too tired to play. And Clarky was like, oh. And she did not come back in. I was like, damn, that was a big brain explanation. But I still woke up feeling like I could not. It was one of those mornings where I was like, I don't know if I can even peel my eyes open. Right, I'm walking around, I'm putting on clothes, but I'm still just like, everything's blurry. Everyone has those nights. As a kid, though, oh, absolutely. I 100% had nights where I was like, I'm scared. Can I come sleep with you? Totally. And I love that. But there's a point, again, like, say she came in 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I didn't come back to my bed until 4:30. I gave it like a decent amount of time of like, I don't want her to be scared. I want her to know that I'm here for her. But we also need to sleep. And she cannot sleep with us. She can't do it. She's too wired. If somebody else is around, she's like, a playmate. Let's play. And meanwhile, Sam and I are like, I can't. I need to sleep so badly. So. You need another kid? No, thank you. Also, even if I had another kid, I also wouldn't want them staying up all night playing. Either way, I would want them to sleep at night. Did you relax a bit this morning? I did. I did relax a bit. Fortunately, oddly enough, we were both very tired. So Clarky was like, Mommy, can I watch Mr. Tumble on the tablet? And I was like, you know what, baby? You sure can. So I turned on the tablet. We played while the tablet was on, but she was totally fine with just chilling for the most part. It was very occasional that she'd be like, let's do this thing. And then she would be like, okay, I'm going to go sit on the couch again. It was great. It's like, thank God. I'm also at that energy level. Oh no. Ripperoni. Dodger eating farfalle gets more views than him streaming Final Fantasy 14. Yo, Final Fantasy 14 doesn't get great views, but goddamn, that game is fun. did it. Well, thank you. Somebody was asking about it last night. This is the nail polish. It's called Green Origin. Green Origin Berry. It's vegan, cruelty-free, and the color is called Rock Pool. I also very much like it. Thank you. I get tired raising a kid in Sims. I always used to use Berry M. Having to find all the good companies now that I live in another country. It's wild. No, I don't have hold music and an overlay for the ad breaks yet. Danny's working on all kinds of other shit because we don't have alerts right now. We don't have a lot of stuff, so there are things that are priority. How's the UK treating you? Much snow? Oh, no, we haven't had any snow. It's been pouring rain, though. Oh. I just realized a tree fell in my neighbor's yard. How did I not hear that? Didn't fall on anything, looks like. Ugh. Sam did get a dentist appointment for today, so I'm only streaming for as long as Clark is sleeping or having quiet time. So it'll only be a couple hour stream. I also stream Tuesday nights, so. Yeah, it's not a huge tree. This isn't like a I've lived for many decades. That's true. Maybe the tree falling over. Maybe she heard it. Oh, that's right. Because Tiri made partners so we can squad stream for the first time. Oh, that's so exciting. That'll be fun. That'll be awesome. I'm very excited about that. I need to blow my nose. One sec. A nose blowing room. Yeah, that's what it's for. I can't believe it. You guys don't have nose blow rooms? Do you guys ever wind up with I don't know why I'm acting like this is not an extremely accessible problem, but do you guys ever wind up with leftovers in your fridge and you're like, I know I made this recently, but I don't remember how recently. And I really need to figure that out so that I can tell whether or not I can still eat this. Do you always sit on your leg when you sit? Yeah, always. I never sit like a normal person. I don't sit like this because my legs dangle. It's not comfortable. It like pinches at stuff and it starts to hurt. I always sit like this or like this, like one of these like gremlin poses. Always. I know, every time I see one of those posts, it's like, you know what they say about people who sit that way in chairs. I'm like, I sit on the floor. Oh my God. I saw a video. So I'm 100% the sort of person where if I go to somebody's house and there are like a couple of people on the couch, I won't ask for room on the couch. I'll just sit on the floor. And I watched a video recently, I think it was on TikTok, that was like, can we talk about floor people? Like, what the fuck is up with them? Why won't they sit on the chair? Why won't they sit on the couch? Why do they insist on sitting on the floor? Look, the floor is great. I'm just always close enough to the floor as a short person that it's easy to just collapse onto it. Who sits on the floor voluntarily? I do. I love sitting on the floor. Floor gang. We'll make another 640. That just says floor gang, rise up. Floor gang, sit down. I'm 5 foot. It's not that short. It's not like shockingly short. I want to be a floor person, but crossing my legs gives me pins and needles. My dad has also been a floor person his entire life. My whole life growing up has been my dad downstairs in the basement. We have a wood burning stove in our farmhouse, right? So there's the wood burning stove in the basement, and my dad had a little half moon carpet, and he would sit on the floor cross-legged next to the fire and tend to the fire and watch TV. This is like winter, right? When like there isn't that much work to do outside. Just tend to the fire, watch TV, and we just sit on the floor like for hours. That's where I get it from. Because if you wanted to hang out with him, you would go downstairs and sit on the floor with him, right? Also, my kid, because I sit like this so often, she started trying to sit that way. And it's so unnatural to a toddler to try and sit in that manner that I keep being like, maybe I shouldn't teach her how to sit this way. Not that like she wouldn't eventually be able to sit that way anyway, but like literally trying to do it for them is like just doing all kinds of weird shit with their legs. Like, how do you even, what is going on there? Does he play Tetris on the floor too? Yes. There's a D&D book next to Curse of Strahd. This is, it's not actually a book. It's an empty box. Here, I'll show you. It was a Christmas gift from Wizards, which was very cool. So yeah, it's made to look like a big book, but it's a box. And it had a bunch of like D&D gifts for the holidays, which was very cute. And the message inside says,
Dear fellow adventurer, 'twas the week before midwinter, and all through the house a D20 was rolled in the game we espouse. Please accept these tokens of thanks for your endless goodwill, including a tumbler and crystals and coffee to swill. 2020 had advantage. What was up with this year? Let's ring in the next with all of the cheer. Thank you for being a bright star in the Dungeons and Dragons community. Sincerely, the D&D team at Wizards.
It's very cute. So I want to store my dice and everything in here. Like any fiddly little stuff I can just keep in this box because it's just very cool. It's got a magnet top and everything, so. Yeah, they did send coffee. The coffee was very weak, unfortunately. It was not my fave. Yeah, Clark's obsessed with one of the things that was in this box is a D20 covered in Swarovski crystals, and Clark is obsessed with it. She loves it. No D20 will ever match it now. It's really heavy. It's super cool. She calls dice roll rolls, by the way. It's been a while since I've told you guys that. She calls dice roll rolls. So she's just like, oh, it's such a pretty roll. Adorable. So this one somehow made it away from the rest of the group. So I'll just put those both in there so I don't lose them. Why would you call them anything but roll rolls? We got the last time that I got something from Game Tea, there was a little brochure in there that was not a brochure, but a leaflet that was like, hey, check out our D&D line of stuff. And it was literally just a picture with a bunch of dice on it. And Clark was like, Mommy, what is this? And I was like, it's a picture of roll rolls. And she was like, oh, yeah. I could have said, oh, they're dice, and taught her the word dice, but in a moment of weakness, I was like, it's a bunch of roll rolls, honey. It's too late now. It's too late. Some people call them math rocks. My daughter will apparently call them roll rolls until someone corrects her. I made you and Sam some roll rolls. I know, you were telling me, Rosa. That's very sweet. You're saying we can get Clarky dice for presents? Yeah. Oh my God. She loves them. She asks to play with them all the time, and then she'll literally just sit in my office and just roll them. And it's only recently that she's caught on to the fact that there are numbers on them. So she'll roll them, and she the only numbers that she knows pretty solidly are 1 through 20 anyway, so it's perfect. So we'll roll a 20 and I'll be like, oh, what did you get? And she'll go look. Sometimes she gets it wrong, but that's okay. It's good practice. There's a giant D20 stuffed toy out there. Oh, I'm sure there is. She would love that. I know, I don't want that to be the case. I don't want Clark to be in school in a few years' time and be like, they're not called dice. They're called roll rolls. My mom plays Dungeons and Dragons and uses them all the time. I think I know their proper name. I'll be like, the Marge meme. A stuffed D20 would be easy, right? It's just a lot of the same shape and then you stitch it together. Right? Like, am I crazy? I couldn't remember where I put the bag just now. Literally just make like a 20 triangles and then stitch them together and it's done. You stuff it, right? You could do that. That's easy. You could do that by hand. That's easy. You need it to be a stiff material or it would be a sphere. I don't need it to look rock solid if it's a stuffed something or other. The point of a stuffed something or other in this house is, does it double as a pillow? If not, what the fuck is it even doing in here? Literally so many stuffed animals and things, like bigger stuffed animals, have just like their shape is worn down to dust because Clark and Sam and I all just lay on them all the time. I always wondered why they're shaped differently. I never played Dungeons and Dragons. Like, why all of the dice are different shapes? Because they're all different. Because you're rolling with different maximum numbers, right? So like a D6 is like the normal like square die. The one that looks like a triangle is a D4. So depending on like how difficult something is or how much like damage you can potentially do to something or whatever, you might want it to be like you can do a maximum of 6 damage, right? So this is just like in the barest form. You might want something to only do a maximum of 6 damage. You're not going to roll a d20 for that. A d6 is better for that, right? So all of the different die have their place when you're playing, and their use depending on like what your abilities are and things. So depending on your skills, it might be nice to basically just have a d20 and then like 12 d6s. But for some people, they'll use all of them because they have like a wide variety of like spells or skills and stuff. Then you get a cursed D3 and you question everything. Is 20 as high as it goes? I imagine so. In a typical dice set, 20 is as high as it goes. If you get like a pre-made dice set, yeah, it'll come with a 20 and that's the max. Because we're living in the digital age, there are all kinds of tables and things that you roll on that are like D1000, D100. It's not necessarily that, I mean, you can get a D100. They look ridiculous, but it's not that you're rolling a physical D100, right? You're able to use like dice systems now and just type in like roll D100 and then it does it for you. But in terms of like physical dice sets, most people don't have anything past a D20. Absolutely. There are lots of benefits to using like digital systems for D&D Beyond or Roll20 or like whatever it is that you end up using if you're playing a game online. One of them is that, yeah, they just have built-in dice systems, but you can also Google it. You can get apps for it. Like, you don't have to have physical dice. It's just they make the nice clicky clack noises and they're pretty and it's fun to have dice. I saw Summer retweeted a set of die that are modeled after Arizona iced tea, which I used to drink constantly in my 20s. So I was like, fuck, I want those so bad. The creator was like, yeah, I mean, I made these as like a one-off, but like I do take commissions, and I really want to contact them and be like, look, I just really want some fucking Arizona iced tea. Dice, those are so great. Dice have beans in them, like actual beans. I don't know if there are actual beans in them or just fake beans, but yeah, the Heinz baked beans Dice have been making the rounds. I saw that quite a while ago because it was posted to make Joe Fudge angry. Ah. Have you ever used a D20 to make a real life decision? Not that I can recall. I flipped a coin though. I flipped a coin to do stuff, which many of us have. A friend got a set of heavy custom-made metal dice for D&D as a gift. I love when the reason that I keep pointing out that D20 is really heavy is because I love the feeling of like heavy metal die. It's so nice. I just checked your stream time. Your early streams start at 6 a.m. for me. I'm in England, so it's sucky times for America, but I do my best to try and hit as many zones as I can while still being a mom. So hope you're not too tired. I'm a little tired, yeah. I am a little tired. I was going to put makeup on again, and then I was like, no. No, never mind. Not worth it. Is there an optimal time to stream on Twitch? There are periods of time that are underutilized. The time slot that I'm in is actually like kind of an underutilized time. It's like really early morning America is a slot that not a lot of people stream in. So I hardly ever put on makeup anymore. Yo, I was saying yesterday, we streamed last night and I intended on playing a game and I didn't. It was literally just like 3 hours of bullshitting. Which is exactly what it's looking like this stream is going to be. So, hey, thanks so much. I'm a just chatting channel now, and that's it. But yesterday I was talking about how I hadn't bought eyeliner since we moved here. So, I like finally when I was at the supermarket last time, I was like, I'm going to get myself some fucking eyeliner, but I hadn't used it in so long. I was really scared to try it. And I just on a whim last night tried it right before stream and managed to make it not look too bad. It looked fine, I think. But I haven't had an inclination to put on makeup in a while. Like I put on makeup for the 2 times last year that Sam and I like went out on a limb and got dinner somewhere. I dressed up and put on makeup, etc. But that's pretty much it. I can't remember another time that I put on makeup last year at all. And I was like, man, I do love makeup though. I don't consistently wear it, right? I have to be in a mood where I'm like, yeah, I want to wear makeup. So Oh, that's true. I did wear makeup on a Saturday morning Duger because I definitely streamed with the dark lipstick on. That was a thing. I do remember that. I feel like since moving here, my vocal fry has gotten worse. And I don't know why. I don't know why that's a thing. I've left the land of vocal fry. I don't know why it's like worming its way so strongly into how I speak right now. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a climate thing. If it's like an air, like the weather is like, it's like colder and drier. Well, it's not drier. That's not true. It's an island. But I don't know. I feel like I notice it more than ever. I notice it while I'm talking now. Um, I'll try to just like naturally let it happen. It's when you have like a like that kind of aspect to your voice while you're talking. Um, I used to not do it very much. It's a very like California thing. It's very much associated with Californian people. Um, and I feel like somebody at one point said that I did it when I was living in America, and I was like, "No, I don't. I don't do that. I don't have that." Since moving here, I hear it all the time. I right? I hear it all the time when I'm talking. So I'm not sure. I don't know why that is. I don't know if I'm noticing it more because nobody around here talks that way, but it's not like I'm out and about interacting with British people all the time. When I go to the supermarket, I don't talk to anyone. And that's the only time I leave the house is to go to the supermarket. So Krendor definitely does it. Krendor is another person who has that. Favorite UK supermarket? The closest one to us currently is a Little's or Little. We were living next to an Aldi and a Sainsbury's before. I think out of all of them, Little is probably my favorite. Sainsbury's has got some dope like pre-made shit though. If you can go there and go to like the like end of aisle clearance shit, that's great. But Little I think is probably my favorite because you get that palate cleanser in the middle of your shop that's like, maybe I do need more drill bits. It's great. Oh my gosh, I guess I could get Clark a full body sock and also a water gun. I guess Sam might appreciate a pack of 10 pumice stones for our feet. I could do that. Yeah, I could get all those. Oh, and now we're back to food. Okay, got it. Nabohead, we were actually talking about that yesterday. That Nabo asked if I had ever thought about painting minis. So I haven't really done a lot of mini painting or much at all that I can recall. I've painted my Gundams before. I used to be super into building Gundams. I was talking about that with Jeannie not yesterday, a couple days ago. We were like, God, when's the last time we built a fucking Gundam? I really want to build a Gundam now. But I used to paint those occasionally, and uh, I haven't really like gotten into mini painting. But what I'm more interested in than mini painting, I was saying yesterday, is terrain. I want to learn how to do terrain. I want to be one of those people that just gets like a big like flat piece of foam and like carves out like a door frame and shit. That looks so fun to me. I did a little bit of that in when I was studying theater, because I was going for scenography, which is basically a way of being like, I don't want to choose. I want to learn how to do everything except lighting, because that's math and I hate it. I love math. I'm just not good at the math that is involved in lighting. It didn't make any fucking sense to me, so I didn't pursue it. But anyways, when I took set design, one of the things that we had to do was take one of those like huge pieces of thin foam and build the set like physically. And I thought that was so fun. It was super cool. And at the time, of course, because we had deadlines, hold on. I think that's my child escaping. It is. It sure is. Let's see if she knows I'm in here. She does. Hi, baby.
Mama, I can't find my baby.
You can't find your bibbit? Okay, let me help you. One sec, Chad. I'll be right back. Yo, my mom's senses were tingling there. I knew that kid had ripped off some of her clothes. I knew it. I could sense it in her, the desire to, when she went to bed, which is why I went to BRB. I was like, I don't trust her to walk in and be fully clothed. So I did. I sensed a disturbance. I knew something was going to be wrong. I knew it. I bet you'd make amazing fairy gardens if you did terrain. I would love to do something fun like that with Clarky. Like, because she loves, she's used a bunch of Play-Doh at, or like play clay at preschool. And so, yeah, she keeps asking if we can play with clay at home. I keep meaning to get some. Because I think it would be super fun for us to like make things and then bake them and put them in like a little fairy garden. That would be so fun. Make a fairy door to put on a tree. Oh, that's a good idea. Both Sam and I did not really have Play-Doh growing up because, but I find this so funny. Both of us hated the smell of it. I hated the smell of Play-Doh. Sam still hates the smell of Play-Doh. I'm okay with it now, but neither of us could stand the smell of it as kids. Which is so funny to me. I don't feel like I meet very many people who are like, "Oh yeah, I hate the smell of Play-Doh." So, but I know you can make it yourself at home and it won't smell the same. John, guys, can we get a shout out to Dr. John, who sent Sam and I a huge ramen care package with a bunch of super cute new masks in it. What a blessing to open up today. Literally so much fucking ramen. I was just talking to Sam and he was like, I'm going to get up in a minute and I'm going to eat some goddamn ramen before I go to the dentist. I was like, I don't know if that's a great idea, but also, fuck, I want ramen right now. Yeah, John sent us little disposable masks for Clarky that have toy cars all over them. I posted a picture of them on Instagram, but they're all very cute. One of them has watermelons on it, and Clark is obsessed. She's like, Mommy, the watermelon mask. So, it's very cute. Oh, Burpee Magnum, I'm sorry. Just got my second COVID vaccine shot. Yay! Congrats. I have a suggestion for a subathon goal, a P.O. box. Oh gosh, I don't think that should have to be a subathon goal. I'm going to do that regardless. The option to put our daughter in kindergarten came up while we were in Korea. We're interested, but we don't know if we're ready. Where are you based? We started sending Clark to nursery. She's 2.5. So we started sending Clark to nursery to try and combat some of her loneliness, and also because like we just want to really early on reinforce, the world is full of color and different cultures and et cetera, et cetera. We just want her to be around like other types of people, because right now she's developing a lot mentally. And so we did a bunch of research to figure out like which daycares or nurseries around us felt like it was as safe as it could be currently. And for reference, like it's been a month now that it's been locked down because of COVID. Like they took it very seriously. The second there was a case, they were like, everybody go home, everybody isolate, like we're shut down for a while, right? But they told us that they thought that Clark was ready for preschool, that she shouldn't be in nursery, she should be in preschool instead. So we took their advice and she went to preschool and suddenly made a bunch of friends and was having a great time. So so she really misses her friends, but she loves going to school. As a person who has thought a lot about homeschooling, I'm seeing a huge benefit currently to her being around other kids. She learns a lot, and I think that like socially, in terms of how the world is, that it's really beneficial for her to be around lots of different types of children and different types of people. So that was our like big consideration. She'll be 4 in June. Korean age is almost 5. Oh, that's right. I forgot that it's different in Korea. We're stationed here 2 years. We were going to wait until we got back, but we thought the opportunity might be nice. Yeah. I mean, gosh, I can't even imagine what that's like though, to only be there for a little bit, but that might be like a really awesome experience for her, even for a short period of time, you know? Yeah, that's why they were saying their kid is 4, but in Korea they're considered to be almost 5. It's great hearing Clark loves school so much. She does. She loves it. We also got they were like, hey, when we reopen, here's our curriculum for right now, which was wild. Because I think Sam and I had kind of forgotten that she's like technically in like school now. So they sent out like, hey, when we reopen, this is going to be our curriculum. And it's like a huge PDF that they send to all the parents that's like, these are all the activities we do, these are all the things that we're trying to learn about, you know, here's how to replicate some of these activities at home if you want to try and reinforce at home. And I was like, oh fuck. Oh, right. She's in school. Yeah, I guess they would do something like that. I think because when she was going before, she was kind of thrown in there a ways into it. We weren't like on the list to get those sorts of things yet, so teachers love a PDF. They do. And this one is massive. It's so long. But again, it's like, you know, if you want to teach your kid about igloos, they're focusing on like icy climates. So like snow-based and ice-based animal life and like the places in the world. And I guess they've like they're building like a fake igloo in the back and like all kinds of stuff. But yeah, and then they're like, here are all the activities we're gonna do. One of them was really cute. It's like they freeze a bunch of stuff in water, and then the kids take something and like try to write letters in the ice. I can't remember what it was. Oh, salt. I never would have thought of this. They take paintbrushes and then dip them in like salt water and then paint on the ice. I was like, what? That's so fucking smart. That sounds like an awesome school, right? Yeah, they're very sweet. They're very cool. I'm sure she'll be delighted to go back. Like I was saying, she's very much into playing pretend. And the last time that we played pretend that we were like going to the beach, she was like, "And look, Mom, all my friends are here." And started to like name off all of her friends from preschool and was pretending to hold their hands and shit. And I was like, this is the saddest thing that I've ever seen in my life. Can we expect to see Clark crafts if she brings home any? They, around holidays, Christmassy time, all of the kids made little ornaments to go on the tree. So we have a couple of like really janky ornaments that Clark made, which is super cute. And of course I kept them. Janky ornaments are the best ornaments. My mother-in-law literally every year gets 2 trees. Some years she gets more than 2. I don't know what for, but there's one tree that has like all of the serious ornaments on it. And then there's one tree that has entirely like old handmade ornaments by all of the kids and all of the grandkids, which is super cute. So there are ornaments on it that Sam made as a kid that Nancy and Molly and like the whole family, all of the kids, had made and put on the tree. It's so cute. Jessup, what's up, my dude? Thank you for the raid. Hello, everybody. Coming over from Jesse. This is a super short stream. We're just hanging out. We're chilling. We're talking. We're drinking a coffee, maybe. So if you want to hang out, amazing. Lally ho. Lally ho, friends. Welcome. Jesse can finally go to sleep. Jesse, have you not slept? What? Final Fantasy 14 addiction be like that? Oh my god. It's 6 a.m. there. Jeez. My dude. Sleep. He was up until now. No. Can't believe you have the same sleep schedule as my husband. What's that like? We did Bozja. Oh. Fun. Get that weapon. Get that bread gamer. He's leveling white mage. Oh my goodness. You coming for me? White mage is all I play, and now you don't even need a white mage around anymore? Is this what it's come to? You're so desperate to not play Final Fantasy 14 with me that you're leveling my class. I get it. I see how it is. Not enough blood for 2 blood lilies, eh? That's fine. He doesn't even know what a blood lily is. He's leveling it so he never has to touch it again. What? He's sulking the entire time he's playing a healer. Oh my god. Amazing. That makes me feel a little bit better. Right? White mage is the best class, I say as a person who only plays white mage. He's tired of healing after 15 years of doing it in WoW. That's fair. You should have seen it. He used cure. Incroyable. Good thing healers barely heal in 14. Oof. Yikes. Yeah, good thing they barely heal. I love that you went, how dare you level white mage, to how dare you not love leveling white mage. Yeah, I can be both. We wiped on a Dungo run. Oh no. I've really wanted to try Astrologian, but Final Fantasy 14 is my favorite MMO of all time. But I am not an MMO player. Does that make sense? So like I really enjoy playing 14. I love that I consistently play it like at least once a week, right? But I'm not the sort of person who's going to be like, and now time to level a tank, right? Like it's just, I found my class that I really enjoy playing, and I don't really have an inclination to play any other classes. And I know that if I'm like, I should really learn this class, it's not going to happen. I'm going to get halfway into it and then be like, but I miss healing. I want to be a white mage again. I've just started listening to Dungeons and Daddies. It's so funny, isn't it? It's so funny. It's my favorite podcast right now. No offense to Jesse if he's still in chat. I love all of your podcasts, but I listen to all of them. It makes me feel less lonely to hear your lovely voice in my home. But god damn it, Dungeons and Daddies is so fucking funny. With Mass Effect, I played Adept one time and now I miss it every time I play something else. Yeah. I can't remember why it came up, but I was saying on Twitter a while back, like, yeah, I replay Chrono Trigger every couple of years. And yeah, I could make different choices, I could just not take Megas with me, but why wouldn't I take him with me? Like, why would I bother to make a different choice? I know which way I want to play it. I know which team I want to take to Lavos. I know this. I seem low vibes. I was up all night with my poor daughter who was scared of the wind. The wind rattled our house quite a bit. We're in like an older farmhouse now. So it was extremely windy last night and it was really loud. And so she kept getting up and being like, Mommy, I'm scared. So I was awake for hours with poor Clarky. And I was saying Sam big brained her at one point and went in there and was like, honey, you know, you and Mommy, you have so much fun in the mornings. You get to play a lot. And Clarky was like, yeah. He was like, well, you know, you're not going to be able to play very much if both of you are tired, right? Because that's one of the reasons that we sleep is so that we can play our best the next day. But if we're awake all night, we won't have any energy to play in the morning. And she was like, oh. And he was like, so, you know, if you're feeling okay, if you're not scared, you know, maybe you can try to stay in bed and get some sleep. And that way Mommy can sleep too. And you guys can play tomorrow. And she was like, okay. And she did not come back. She just stayed in bed after that. But I still, oh my God, it was impossible to peel my eyes open this morning. Just fucking zombieing through my life, like putting on clothes like, yeah, okay, honey. Mommy, do we have bananas? Yeah, I think we do, honey. Just yeah, it was rough. But that's okay. Oh, she has her own room. She slept in her own bed since 4 months. And before that, she slept in a bassinet. So she slept in like a little, basically an itty bitty crib that sat next to the bed. We never co-slept with her. It just didn't seem safe. There are all kinds of arguments that people can make. Like, your body will naturally curve around the child in a way where you will not crush them. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Right. So we never co-slept with her. She was in like a little bassinet next to us. And then at 4 months, we started, having her take naps. She would sleep at nighttime next to us and then would take naps in her crib. And then eventually we transitioned into her being in her crib all the time. And by 6 months, she was sleeping through the night. She's always been a really good sleeper. So we were really fortunate. And last year, around the time that she turned 2, I think is when we transitioned her to a floor bed. So she's in a bed that she can like get in and out of and stuff. Yo, chatting dukes, I think I finally finished my latest English uni assignment. Yo, congrats! That's gotta feel great. I'm gonna put water in this real fast. It's just right there. It'll only be a second. Oh, we're supposed to run an ad anyway. Well, I'm not going to rob you of the joy of watching me just sit here. So, one sec. Okay. Magic Maddie, an hour ago, redeemed an ad. So, Magic Maddie, this is for you. And the ad is over. Wonderful. For whatever reason, most of the time when I click ads, nothing is happening. People aren't seeing them. But I double checked with my Twitch rep. He said it still registers that an ad was run. So that's good. But follower non-sub and I didn't get an ad. Yeah. Yesterday we ran a multiplayer ad. Overly overt. I see that you want to run an ad. We can't run them back to back, so you'll have to wait. But no one was getting ads yesterday. Literally no one, regardless of where they lived. No one was getting ads. And so I asked my rep and he was like, well, it could just be because it's the time of year when there's less ads to show. But I'll look into it to double check that there isn't an issue, because I know JP was having a problem where no matter what he did, no ads were running. JP went well over a month with no ads. Yeah, that's super weird. A channel point goal for running an ad that's dedication to the meme. Well, we donate all of our ad money, so I feel okay about making it so that you can use channel points to redeem an ad. Yeah, I don't feel like that's shitty. This month we're donating to the Multiple Sclerosis Society. So last month was December, and so all of our ad money and donation money went to our mods as a thank you for their hard work. The month before that, I can't remember, but it changes every month now. How do you pick where you donate? I take recommendations, or if there's like current world events going on somewhere that the money can be useful, natural disasters, things like that. I'll try to take that sort of thing into account as well. So, yeah. We I think our very first month we donated to the Philippine Red Cross when they were having all of those floods and everything. So yeah, it could be anything, but the idea is that the money goes where it can be helpful. Oh, King's Warrior, take care. Big hugs. I'm getting into traditional carving. Would you recommend wearing gloves? I think you should always wear gloves if you're working with sharp stuff. Anything that's like a barrier so that you don't do something. Or just like, because there's always techniques that are like carving away from yourself, right? Just trying to make sure that if possible you're always carving away from yourself. I'm out of coffee. I keep going to drink that and there's nothing in it. How's your finger? It's actually fine. It's healed up really fast. There's just like a little indentation in it now. But look, like on the camera, it looks like there's literally nothing wrong with my finger. It's wild how quickly that healed. Do you get to keep the dent? I hope so. It's not as pronounced anymore, though. Somebody was like, I did almost the exact same thing as you, like, just, like, cut a huge chunk out of my finger. And they were like, honestly, after a couple of months, it healed up to a point where even though the finger looked wonky, it didn't look wonky anymore. So it'll probably look totally fine. And part of me was like, man, that would have been such a good story, though, for people to look at my hand and be like, how come one of your hands looks like there's a bookmark in it? How come it looks like somebody took a tiny bit of your finger and just folded it over? My body's too good at healing shit. It's the white mage in you. Dab. I got, for those of you who came over from Jesse, what's up? How's it going? Sometimes I build off of stories from previous streams, so I'm really sorry if I start talking about something and you're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So here's a primer for what I was about to say, which is that I've started getting like itchy and like weird little rashes on me recently, and one of our cats also has like kind of weird rashy flare-ups on her body. And so we're looking into swapping detergents. The detergent that I've been using is just like a cheapo detergent in the UK. And I was talking about it on stream and people were like, oh yeah, as a person with sensitive skin, like I cannot use that detergent. So I was going, cool, that's probably what it is. I'm going to swap to a different one. And I know that I should just be going for like a no fragrance eco detergent or like soap nuts or like something like that, right? I know that. But first, I'm trying this eco detergent. It's like a fully plant-based detergent, etc., etc. I'm trying this first because fucking it smells so goddamn good. It smells so goddamn good. I'm like, look, maybe it won't work. Maybe it won't work and I'll still have a rash and I'll still need to swap it. But I'm trying this first because holy shit, it's jasmine and honeysuckle. It smells so good. It smells so good. Fuck. So, we'll see. Did you ever find a decent litter for your cats? Yeah. The litter that I use, I have to order it. I can't find any good clumping litters in UK stores whatsoever. Even the pet shops. They just don't exist. I don't know what it is, but the one that I use that is great is literally called World's Best Cat Litter. And it's awesome. I love it. I hated that stuff for our cats. Really, Free? Oh my god, it's so nice. There's a version of World's Best that is also compostable, I believe. If that's something you're interested in, but oh, it didn't work with your robot. Oh, I see. Litter robot. Yeah, you can get, oh my god, you can get like self-cleaning litter boxes that are amazing. I've never I've never done that. Yeah, there are basically machines that you can get that will, like, if you have a clumping litter, the idea is that once your cat goes potty, the machine will scrape through, and anything that's solid, it'll scrape into like a second container. Basically, this is like the like barest version of this idea. There are different ones, but like this is the way that a common one works. Is it'll grab the clumps and just push them into a separate thing, and then you just empty that. Shout out to my cat. She's cool. She won't be able to read this because she's a cat, but she's still great. I love it. I believe you. I bet your cat's awesome. Sometimes they do. Sometimes the self-cleaning boxes, cats don't like them. But, I mean, typically they don't move or do anything until the cat has left. So that is a benefit there. Finish Boy, thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a lovely day. And to anybody who got a sub, please take the time to say thank you. It's been years since I saw you last. I saw a thumbnail for this stream while looking around. I thought that I would mention you look the same now as you did then. You haven't aged a day. Congrats and have a nice day. Thank you, Jimmy. I disagree, but I don't mind. I don't mind that I think I look older. But I appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. It's the curse. I've got a few little white hairs popping up that I love. I want more immediately. I don't want any of this like fiddly in between bullshit, right? Either I want to have all brown hair or I want there to be just a fucking white chunk right here. So if that process could speed up, that would be great. I want to be living my rogue life like quickly. And I also definitely have some like laugh lines in here, which is great. Prepare for them to go away when you get 10K subs. If that happens, it's fine. It's not like dyeing them is going to make them not continue to grow out white or gray or whatever they are. But yeah, the 19th, February 19th, we are doing my happy 10-year subathon. I'm still figuring out the logistics of it and what the sub rewards and stuff are going to be and like goals and stuff like that. But I've never done a subathon before. But it'll be really close to my 10-year anniversary on Twitch, which is wild. So I'm going to do one for the very first time ever. And if somehow we reached 10K subs, I will do my hair, cut, color, everything the way that it was when I was first doing YouTube. That has been my promise. So foxtails in the front, chunkus bangs, super layered. That's the plan. And I'll probably dye it red because that was like the iconic color. How many subs are we on now? We're around 4K subs. So it's a lot. It would be a lot to get there. I got the iconic look. The iconic red hair. Look, for years, people have been like, when are you going to do the foxtails again? When are you going to do it again? I've been like, never. It's a pain in the ass. I'm never doing it again. And so I finally was like, look, if we hit an insane number of subs, sure, I'll do it. And now everybody's talking like, well, when you hit 10K subs and you have to do your hair. And I'm like, that's not happening. That's not happening. That's so many subs. That's not happening. But everybody seems so confident that I feel like I have to mentally prepare now. Tomlinson, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Welcome to the Cat Gang, everybody. If you were gifted a sub, be sure to take the time to say thank you. I appreciate it. How long will the subathon be? I was saying that I think 20 hours is about my limit without turning into an absolute goblin, and not like a funny goblin, like just a bitch. So I've done enough 24-hour situations that I know I have a limit. I have a limit where if I go beyond that, I'm just an absolute dickhead. So 20 hours is my limit. Yeah. Nestlox, thank you very much for subscribing. Anonymous, thank you very much for subscribing as well. Welcome to the Cat Gang, guys. Thank you. Is it determined how long you will have them? So my pledge is 10 years on Twitch, 10K subs. I will keep the hair for 10 weeks. So yeah, I mean it's a lot of subs. I'm not gonna shortchange you guys. That's a fuckload of subs. So if we somehow made that, yeah, 10 weeks with that hair, and then I'll fucking shave it all off. Unless I love it. Unless I'm like, you know what? This is a good look for me. 10,000 days. 10 years, 10,000 subs, 10,000 days. I've done a 20-hour shift in theater, and yeah, dickhead mode activates. Oh, 100%. I love sleeping. I love sleeping so much, guys. Sleep is the best. I hit a point where my brain is like, why the fuck haven't we gone to bed yet? And I get super irritable, and people try to joke with me, and I'm like, that's not funny. Right? Like I just turn into an asshole. So yeah, I would rather not be a dickhead on stream. That's no fun. I just found out I'm preggers. All I want to do is sleep. Oh my god, I remember that feeling. But also, congratulations. Congrats. Oh my god, I just bought a couple more ugly shirts. I'm so excited. Yes. Good, yes. I have a thrift app and this person posted a shirt, and I was like, that's a really ugly shirt. I really like it. And then and then I was like, do you want to make a bundle with other things that this person has in their shop? And I went looking, and I was like, oh my God, all of this person's clothes are really ugly. So I bought 3 of them. So great. I'm really excited about that. It's called Vinted. YouTube showed me an ad for it, so I was intrigued. YouTube showed me an ad for it, and I was like, oh, interesting. It's like their Poshmark. Poshmark is really big in the US. It's literally an app where people can be like, hey, I have this shirt. I wore it once, and now I'm sick of it, and I don't want it anymore. It's couture. Do you want it? And, you know, it doesn't have to be that. It can also be, I have this really ugly shirt that I got at a Goodwill. Would you like to be the 5th owner of the shirt? And that's when I'm like, yes, please. So yeah, I bought a sweater on there that is super cute.
Hey, baby.
You gonna go get your teethy fixed?
Do you know where the documents about my hospital visit are?
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna wrap up in a second, and then I can help you out. Okay. Sam's about to go get his teeth done. So wish that boy luck. He's got a big old hole in one of his teeth right now that's gonna get filled up. But okay, let's read off some stuff. Oh, Overtly Over asked for an ad. So let's do an ad real quick. Dun da dun da dun da dun 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 da dun da da dun da dun 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 da dun 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 da dun da dun da dun dun da dun 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 da dun da da dun da dun 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 da dun da dun da da dun da 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 da. Okay, it's over. Yeah, nobody's getting ads currently. I don't know why, but I do know that as far as Twitch is concerned, I did run an ad. So the only thing that sucks is that, again, we donate all of our ad money. So if nobody's seeing the ad, then we're not getting ad money, right? So it needs to get fixed, but okie dokie. Midwinter Lily says, to my sister and her 2-year-old daughter, who are both celebrating their birthday today. Oh, happy social distance birthdays. Absolutely. Kitten says, this Valentine is for Dukes. Thank you for picking NMSS for this month. I saw it pop up in a VOD the other day, and I burst into tears. It filled my heart with such warmth. I've lived with MS since 2013. It's been a struggle every day, but I get by the best I can. So here's hoping our eyeball funds help the National MS Society with research and all the other things that they do. I love you all so much, and thank you for what you do. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, that's why I'm like, yes, I'm fulfilling the obligations of my contract by running ads, but we want the money, not for me, but for the place we're trying to donate it to. So hopefully we'll get that fixed real quick. Cannibal Kiwi says, to Heron Bug, my favorite bug. Adorable. Snowfall and Crow says, to the fellow chair gremlins. Junkyard Jeppy says, shout out to my cat. She's cool. She won't be able to read this because she's a cat, but she's great. Darcadia says, for Sam, I'm hoping his tooth feels better soon. Me too. Lepa says, all the best to Sam. Broken teeth are no fun. Godspeed. And good vibes to everyone in chat because y'all are great. And Chris says, can I use that elevator music you sung for my alarm/ringtone? Sure. Feel free. Absolutely. I would love for that to be utilized somehow. Zer, thank you for the 73 months. Pashlin for the 26. Beauregard for the 42. Oh, let me open up Raid Leader. Beauregard for the 42, Yaxel for the 32, Big Boss Devil for the 7, Not Loki for the gifted sub, Henry for the 8, Avi for the gifted sub, Remixed Beats for the 22, Pernoctus for the 6, Xander Prime for the 25, Chaos Squid for the 2, James Mass for the 3, Anna T for the 9, Happy Twitch Baby, Porky Alonzi for the 1 year, Happy Anniversary, thank you very much, Phoenix Rising for the 62, Asher Lee for the 53, Tomlinson for the 78, Jesse, thank you again for the raid, bud, Crorin for the 42, Cafe Spindle for the 21, King's Warrior for the 17, Jeremiah Von Pringleton for the 6, PS Witch for the 17, Commando Joe for the 41, Starfleet Skater for the 15, That One Chevy for the 44, Tomlinson for the biddies, Finish Boy, again, thank you very much for all the gifted subs, Canadian Gamer, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Nicole, thank you for the 5, Ruth for the biddies, Tomlinson for all the gifted subs as well. Thank you, thank you. Anonymous and Nestlocks, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang, both of you. Crest of Chance, thank you for the 4 months. Crinkledorf for the 55. Kifs for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. William Block for the 16. Shake and Bake for the 3. Tomlinson for all the gifted subs. Thorfinn Thors for the biddies. That Finnish Boy for the gifted, or no, just for subscribing. That Finnish Boy, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much. Dance Driver for the 4. And Michael Elobas, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Again, this is a super short stream because Sam has to go get his tooth fixed and there's no one to watch the baby except for me. So I streamed while Clarky is sleeping or having quiet time or whatever the fuck she's doing in there. But I gotta go be mama now. I will be back doing Super Cousin Time, Final Fantasy 14 tonight. So if you're looking for something to do around 8 or 9 p.m. GMT, I'll be here being a white mage. So if that sounds like your jam, then great. Gab, absolutely. I would love to raid Gab. Kiwi Glory has recommended Gab Smolders. So let's do that. Bam. Wonderful. Okay, go say hi to Gab. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.